Welcome, my friends. Today we will study the conjunctival disease, and in which we will emphasize on the conjunctivitis, that will be the bacterial conjunctivitis. Here you can see this is the normal conjunctiva, and there is the inflamed conjunctiva in other photo. In previous lecture we read that the conjunctiva is transparent mucous membrane covering the back of the eyelid. According to position, we broadly divided it into palpebral, fornical, and the bulbar conjunctiva. This part is the bulbar, this is fornical, and this is palpebral conjunctiva. Histologically, it is divided into epithelial, adenoid, and fibrillous layer. In previous lecture, we seen that the conjunctiva firmly adhered in the tarsal plate to the tarsal plate and around the limbus, around 3 millimeter of around the limbus. And the sulcus subtarsalis is the uh, most common area where the foreign body lodge. It can be MCQ. Multiple mucus glands present in epithelial layer of the conjunctiva which secrete mucus. Okay, and the mucus form the middle layer of the tear film. How many layers are there in tear film? There is a three layer. Anteriormost is the lipid layer, middle layer is the mucus, and the posteriorly uh, that the middle layer is the aqueous, and posteriorly there is a mucus layer. What are the common cells organism? Staphylococcus, Streptococcus, Propionibacterium, Corynebacterium. What are the common cell? What the meaning of common cell organism? They are the normally present, but they are in very less number because of the antimicrobial property of the tear. Let's start the proper topic, conjunctivitis. Itis denote the inflammation. And what are the signs of inflammation? Redness, edema, discharge or secretion, pain and burning sensation. Redness, if the redness is in the cornea, we will name it the congestion or hyperemia. If the conjunctiva is edematous, it will name as the chemosis. It will be named as the chemosis. And the other sign of conjunctivitis will be membrane formation, follicle and papillae. Difference between the conjunctival and the clinical uh, ciliary, between the conjunctival and ciliary congestion. Let's see. The most common site for the conjunctival congestion is the fornix, and for the ciliary congestion it will be the limbus. The color of the conjunctival congestion is bright red, and for the ciliary congestion it is the violet color. Vessels. In conjunctival congestion, vessels divided dichotomously, and the ciliary congestion they are the parallel to each other. And in the on pressure effect, when we empty the vessel of the conjunctival congestion, it fills from the fornix to the limbus, and in this it fills from the limbus to the fornix. The most common cause of conjunctival congestion is the conjunctivitis. In ciliary congestion, there is an involvement of the cornea, the iris, and it may be due to the acute congestive glaucoma. Discharge and secretions. Normally, eye secrete the watery secretion. In pathologically, but we know the cause. In pathologic, there may be watery, mucus, mucopurulent, and the purulent discharge. Watery discharge occur when due to the viral conjunctivitis, toxic conjunctivitis, mucus in allergic conjunctivitis, mucopurulent in bacterial and chlamydial, purulent in the bacterial, and mostly in the gonococcal. Ropey discharge, that is the thick mucus discharge or stringy discharge seen in VKC, venereal keratoconjunctivitis. Bloody or sanguineous discharge seen in gonococcal conjunctivitis. Membrane. Why we are reading? This is the other sign of the conjunctivitis. Okay, membrane formation. Okay, true membrane or the pseudo membrane is formed in the Normally it is palpable conjunctiva. What is the difference between true and pseudo membrane? The true membrane, when we peel it, it causes the bleeding. In the pseudo membrane, when we peel it, it separate easily and there is no bleeding. It separate easily, there is no bleeding. When we peel the true membrane, there is a bleeding. Okay. And the true membrane is a fibrinous exudate which is within the conjunctival epithelium on it, and the pseudo membrane is above the conjunctival epithelium. Papillae and the follicle. Difference between the papillae and follicle. What are the papillae and follicle? They all are the sign, huh? Okay, they all are the sign. Follicle is a translucent elevated lesion due to lymphoid aggravation, and papilla also the elevated lesion, but it due to hypertrophy of epithelial conjunctiva. Okay, the follicle, the papilla has the flat top, and follicle, they are the elevated circular top. There is different type of conjunctivitis according to the cause: bacterial, viral, chlamydial, allergic, autoimmune, and toxic. See here, type of conjunctivitis. The bacterial conjunctivitis divided into acute, hyperacute, chronic, angular, chlamydial, trachoma, adult inclusion conjunctivitis, neonatal conjunctivitis, viral due to adenovirus, enterovirus, molluscum contagious, herpes simplex, ophthalmia neonatorum, and the granular matrix conjunctivitis, paranoid oculoglandular syndrome, allergic conjunctivitis, hay fever conjunctivitis, seasonal allergic, perennial conjunctivitis, ventral keratoconjunctivitis, atopic, giant papillary conjunctivitis, rectangular conjunctivitis, and contact dermoconjunctivitis. Or there is other cicatricial conjunctivitis too, or toxic conjunctivitis. We will read the bacterial conjunctivitis in the lecture. What is the acute bacterial conjunctivitis? The most common type of bacterial conjunctivitis. Causative bacteria are Staphylococcus, weak bacillus, pneumococci, streptococci. There is marked acute hyperemia and mucopurulent discharge. Which type of discharge? Mucopurulent. Symptoms: redness, discomfort, grittiness, burning, blurring of the vision, mucus flux, mucopurulent discharge, sticking of the lid margin, sticking of the lid margin in the morning. And what will be the signs? Congestion, flex of the mucopus, chemosis, papilla, slightly edematous eyelid. Complication, what the complication can occur due to acute bacterial conjunctivitis? Corneal ulcer may occur, superficial keratitis, blepharitis, and necrocystitis. Treatment: topical antibiotic. Main treatment, ideally it should be selected after the culture and sensitivity, but the conjunctivitis respond to broad spectrum antibiotic. They are chloramphenicol, gentamicin, tobramycin, ciprofloxacin, moxifloxacin, and they are given 2 to 3 times per day. Can be given for the 1 to 2 week. Ointment in the night is benefit, and it gives the antibiotic cover and reduce the early morning stickiness. Other supportive treatment for the conjunctivitis will be irrigation, dark goggle, okay, and no bandage. We should not do the bandages. Yeah, note this point. While after bandaging, conjunctival sac is converted into incubator. It means the bacteria will multiply in this condition. We should not give the steroid. We can give the ibuprofen, paracetamol for the as an analgesic, and we should ask the patient, advise the patient to wash the hands regularly, and should not share the towel and handkerchiefs. Other topic is subacute conjunctivitis. You can get the short note or gonococcal conjunctivitis. It is violent inflammatory response. In 15 to 40% cases, there may be the keratitis. The cause is the gonococcus. It can be present in the two form: in adult as a adult purulent, and in the neonate as a ophthalmia neonatal. Adult purulent conjunctivitis commonly occur in the male. It transmits from the genital to eye. The symptoms develop within 12 to 24 hours. Eye seen as a red velvety appearance. You can see the pseudomembrane, even the lymph node enlargement entered through the ear, periauricular lymph node enlargement. It can be associated with the urethritis or arthritis, means joint pain and burning micturition. Complication, you can see the ulcer, iridocyclitis, endocarditis and septicemia. What the treatment you will give for the gonococcal conjunctivitis? Normally we give the systemic, because it has the multiple systemic complications, so we give the systemic antibiotic that like a ceftriaxone 1 gram IM, cefotaxime 500 mg IV 4 times, and followed by the 1 week doxycycline. Topically we give the ciprofloxacin, tobramycin 2 hourly. We should irrigate and clear all the debris with the saline. If cornea is involved, we should give the atropine 1%. Sexual partner should be treated with the antibiotic and evaluated for the sexually transmitted disease, because the gonococcus is a sexually transmitted disease. Other topic is the chronic bacteria, also known as simple chronic catarrhal conjunctivitis. Predisposing factors are chronic exposure to dust and smoke, foreign body and tracheasis, eye strain, abuse of alcohol, insomnia, metabolic disorders like thyroiditis. Organism most common is Staphylococcus aureus and other gram-negative rods like the Moraxella leuconata, Proteus mirabilis, Escherichia coli and Klebsiella pneumoniae. Source and mode of the infection: partially treated mucopurulent conjunctivitis. If the conjunctivitis, mucopurulent conjunctivitis, acute conjunctivitis is not treated properly, it will proceed to chronic conjunctivitis. If you have the dacrocystitis, chronic rhinitis, upper respiratory infection, you will get this chronic conjunctivitis if you have the predisposing factor. All the symptoms and the signs are the mild, as in the acute conjunctivitis. Okay. Treatment: we should eliminate the predisposing factor and the antibiotics should be given for the 2 weeks. And other astringents or soothing drugs, astringent eye drops such as zinc boric acid drop for the symptom relief can be given. Very important topic: angular bacterial or diplobacillary conjunctivitis. This is caused by the Moraxella Axenfeld. It is caused by Moraxella Axenfeld, which produce the proteolytic enzyme. So because it's Moraxella produce the proteolytic enzyme, there is excoriation of the surrounding angular skin. So this is one of the chronic type of conjunctivitis which confined to conjunctiva and lid margin, at the angle, associated with the excoriation of the surrounding skin, caused by Moraxella Axenfeld. Source: nasal cavity, finger and handkerchief. Treatment is oxytetracycline ointment, zinc sulfate lotion and zinc sulfate lotion inhibit the proteolytic agent. Chlamydial conjunctivitis, very important. You can get the long question or the short note, or you can get the viva question. Chlamydial conjunctivitis caused by the chlamydial conjunctivitis caused by the chlamydia. Different type of serotypes are there. The trachoma caused by the serotype A and C, and the trachoma is disease caused by serotype A or C. Adult and neonatal conjunctivitis caused by serotype D to K. And lymphogranuloma venereum caused by the serotype L1, L2 and L3. Trachoma egyptium ophthalmia. Trachoma is a Greek means rough. Though the disease is known of the long, its etiology was not clear. Inclusion organism were demonstrated in 1907 and the organism was isolated in 1957. The organism isolated is known as the Chlamydia trachomatis. The trachoma is caused by the Chlamydia trachomatis serotype A, B and BA and C. It belongs to psittacosis lymphogranuloma group. Okay, trachoma. See, this is the long question. Egyptium ophthalmia. Trachoma is caused by Chlamydia trachomatis serotype A, B, BA and C. It belongs to psittacosis lymphogranuloma group. It lies between the bacteria and virus. They multiply by the binary fission, they stay inside the cell, which makes them relatively immune from effects of the drugs. It is seen in the conjunctival scraping of the epithelial cell as a Halbersteder-Prowatzki sign. Inclusion bodies, HP body. 1 out of 5 person in the world are affected from the trachoma. It is endemic in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab. Common in crowded, dusty and dirty environment. Common in crowded, dusty and dirty environment. Spread by finger, flies, towel and fomites. Symptoms: mild irritation. This is the fomites. This is fomites. Symptom: mild irritation, foreign body sensation, frequent blinking, itching and the lacrimation. Sign of the trachoma: there will be conjunctival or the corneal sign. Conjunctival sign are the follicle over the bulbar conjunctiva. That is the pathognomic. If there is follicle in bulbar conjunctiva, it's a pathognomic. Multiple nucleated cell in the follicle called the Leber cell. Papilla in palpebral conjunctiva. Papilla in the palpebral conjunctiva. Star-shaped scarring in the follicle in the later stage. Star-shaped scarring in the follicle in the later stage. Arter's line conjunctival scarring. Arter line. What is arter line? It is a conjunctival scarring. You will see it in the palpebral conjunctiva. Cornea. Corneal sign are the Herbert speed. There is a follicle-like infiltration near the limbus of the upper part. This later resulted in depression causes the cicatrization of the limbal follicle. Also, you can see the superficial keratitis and the pannus. Superficial keratitis and the pannus. What are the pannus? Pannus is the lymphoid infiltration with the vascularization seen in the upper part of the cornea. It is the vascularization with infiltration. Progressive, it is two type 1 and 2. What is progressive? Where the infiltration extend beyond the vessel. And regression, where the blood vessels extend beyond the infiltration. Classification: McClellan classification or WHO classification. It is very important. Fisto classification you can get short note or it can be asked in the Viva. WHO classification 1987. F for the follicle, I for the intense, S for the scarring, T for the trichiasis, O for the opacity, F for the follicle, and this is intense. Okay. C. It is the McClellan classification. Subclinical stage. Stage 2, typical trachomatous lesion, follicle, pannus, epithelial keratitis. Stage of scarring. Stage of sequelae and complication, ptosis, corneal ulcer, trichiasis. Diagnosis: two sign out of 4, the follicle or papillae, epithelial keratitis, pannus, typical star-shaped scarring in the conjunctiva. Any 2 sign out of 4. If there is follicle or epithelial keratitis, you can say that this is trachoma. If there is pannus, you can say it is the trachoma. Laboratory investigation: histological demonstration of HP inclusion body and Giemsa stain smear. Culture in the irradiated McCoy cell, microimmunofluorescence, monoclonal antibody direct test is the laboratory confirmation. Management: how we will manage it? Trachoma follicular and trachoma intense, they are the active lesion. They are treated with the tetracycline ointment 1%, erythromycin 1%, doxycycline 100 mg BD for 3 to 4 weeks, and azithromycin single dose 20 mg per kg. Maximum how much we can give? The 1 gram we can give. And treatment of the cicatricial trachoma, this treatment is directed toward the sequelae, removal of the concretion, misdirected cilia. We give the lubricant drop, surgical correction of the cicatricial entropion, and the penetration capacity if there is a corneal opacity. Prophylaxis, reinfection recurrence are likely to occur. WHO get to 2020 global elimination of the trachoma by 2020. You can get it as a short note or MCQ. As for the surgery, A for the antibiotic use, F for the facial hygiene, and E for the environmental change. Environment change is a primordial prevention. Facial hygiene is the primary prevention. Antibiotic is the secondary, and surgery is the tertiary prevention. Okay, thank you. In next lecture, we will read about the viral and allergic conjunctivitis.